Hi everyone, welcome back to Napoleon Total War. Here we are in May, early May 1808. So, last time out we captured the Balearic Isles from the Spanish, and thus assigning the Spanish nation to the dusty annals of history. Yes, they were no more. Spain's been defeated, and that's one problem off our list. France is still going strong. Well, I say strong. They're still fighting in there. You can see they've Torino here. A little French army just on the border here, near the market town of Nice, which is just over in our territory. We've got a spy in Torino. You can see that we've got lots of militia, a couple of lines of fusiliers, and some cavalry. Yeah, not much else going on there. So Torino is going to be probably our target for today. We're going to move the army of George Olcott. There we go. And they're going to push on and try and clear out Jean Lanners here and move on to Torino. At which point we're also going to try and move the army from the Balearic Isles under the command of George de Dreyberg, who's got actually quite a bit of battle experience now. He's a 4-star general, and he's doing quite well. He's won some decent battles, actually. He's a confident general, and he's an aggressive attacker. Yes, indeed. He's certainly seen some victories in his time, which is grand. So we're going to move that army up to sort of cover off Marseille. We'll leave a token force here in Parma just to hold it. In here we've got, is it Elphinstone? No, it's Cornwallis, I beg your pardon. His fleet just anchored up in the port here, just so we can transport those troops over. We've got Nelson here just in the Gibraltar Straits, just protecting the waters around there. Do we have any... Oh, look at the trade on this trade lane. £14,000 worth for us. Ottoman Empire, who we're now friends with. Well, we're no longer at war with. They've got £2,500. And Mecklenburg are also on there for 250. Who are they? Who are they when they're at home? Do we know them? Yeah, there they are. Oh, yes, we did see that. We are friendly. We're trading with them. Brilliant. They're a much valued trade partner, even though I didn't know who they were. Yes, much valued. Yes, so it's just France. It's just France we're against now. Which poses a problem, because we need to collect a couple more territories. And also, we need to capture Denmark here. And, there they are. There they are. And Hanover, which we've got the spy already in Hanover. And the army is not great, I'll be honest, which is grand. We should be able to drop a force off here and hopefully march in as quickly as possible to seize that. The problem is Prussia are quite a powerful nation, and we don't want to have a prolonged war against them. So we need to hit them in a lightning strike. Denmark... There's also a problem with Denmark. They've got a lot of forces here in Copenhagen. And the other thing is, of course, they are friendly with every other nation in the entire world. So they could call a lot of people into conflict with them against us. So we're going to have to mass forces. We're going to mass an army in the UK. We've got a decent force. We'll build this army up as well. We're obviously moving the army, one of the armies into Torino to try and capture that, and we'll try and take another territory as well. And then we'll leave those two, Denmark, Copenhagen, and Hanover, till the end, I think, because that could be quite spicy. So that's the state of play where we are. We've got an army moving up here, part of an army moving up there. They'll go up to Paris probably. Yes. That's the plan anyway. How we deliver that, I'm not quite sure yet. Okay, and in late May 1808, a unit of Fencibles has been deployed in the Balearic Isles. And a magistrate has been created in Dublin, basic roads in Dublin, and a barracks in Marseille. Right, I think we need to get the roads improved in. Well, it's nice to have muddy roads. Let's get some proper infrastructure into Dublin. What's that? Court of Justice, 15% bonus income. Could also build a fort. Oh, we've got quite a lot of money now, which is nice. How is Ireland in general? Ooh, touch and go. Touch and go. So let's actually go for the extra 3% repression. That could be quite useful. Yeah. Let's get a couple more fencibles. Just don't need a hassle from the Irish kicking off. So that's basically it. Over here in London, what do we got? Can make a great arsenal, a drill school, or a court of justice. That's the one we just put into Dublin. We could also build Nelson's Column for 15,000, which we don't have, and forts. Construction a Grand Opera House. Ooh, that'd be nice. All good for prestige and stuff, but we're not really doing a prestige victory. But I guess it all helps. Well, London's only got tatty roads as well. Let's get some cobbled roads in London, and we need to recruit. Let's so they've just got fencibles and some guns. Let's get another lot of guns, some cavalry, and some troops, because you know we gotta bulk this defense up around here, because when the Prussians get angry, they could strike Grand Britannia, so we've got to be careful there. Moving these troops up as well. It's really weird, the bridge just goes into nowhere, but okay. Right, lovely. They're moving up there. We can have a look at the Balearic Isles now to see. They're not terrible against us, so we probably want to get another fencibles created. And the bulk of this army, shall I leave? I could merge some of these units to make them up and save having to pay to replace some of them, but you can affect the experience rank of them. So I'm going to leave those two there. I think we'll move these over here. We'll get them embarked onto the ship. Get those guys in there with them. And then we'll get this fleet moving up to Marseille. Ship's orders received. And we'll just need to see how that is perceived. Ooh, it's a little bit close with the old happiness scale, but we've got those new unit of fencibles being created, so hopefully that will be enough to hold them. Meantime, so the army has deployed in here, so that means your army can march and we'll cross the border there. Troops, forward! And while they're doing that, let's get these deployed. By the left. Lovely. We'll get them to march into Marseille. Oh, we did actually take the port guard with us as well, but that's okay. We've also got the Navy fleet here. Any of these need repair while we're here? Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Good. Get those ships repaired as they're there. And we've got our army here marching towards Torino, which we'll hopefully capture in June. Good. Okay, so that's that part of the puzzle done. We also have an army here. In Lyon. In fact, maybe where's the army I'm marching up? Yes. I could merge them into there. We could recruit a general, and they could push on towards. Oh, it looks like Strasbourg might be under attack by the Prussians anyway. So maybe we'll. Oh, we don't want to start a war with the Swiss. So we don't want to take too many more enemies on at the moment. We're just trying to keep it as calm as possible. So, Michael, what I might ask you to do is come down here to Lyon. We'll move that army over there, and Michael Stoll can take them into battle, and these guys can just hold Paris for the moment. Good, good, good. What we do need to do is... We've got a fleet up in the channel, haven't we? It's not much of a fleet, I'll be honest. This is Elphinstone. More of a channel groping little squad this. He's got a 64 gun third rate, third rate, fifth rate, and a fifth rate. So basically just keeping the channel secure. What I might need to do is either bolster that fleet up, or we'll send Nelson up there to do some damage as well. Keep one of the fleets in the med to kind of look after our interests here. But yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. And when we're looking at, obviously, Torino's on the list, but Strasbourg was on the list, but I'm guessing that might not be if the Prussians are going to get into there. Where do we lose? What spy? Ah, there's my spy. There he is. I knew there was a spy here somewhere. Let's send him up to Strasbourg, see what's going on. There's no point blustering about what we could do if we don't actually know what's going on. Right, the Prussians are attacking the French there.
I await your command.
Right, we'll just get him to keep an eye on that, because that'll be interesting development. Welcome to early June 1808. Some interesting developments have taken place. Meantime, between late May and early June, construction of a merchant house in Provence has been completed. Deployment of fencibles to Ireland, afoot to Picardy-Champagne, and fencibles to the Balearic Islands have also taken place. And Oscar Phelps, Minister, +1 to happiness. Happy days. So, let me take you up to where the action has been happening. It's all around Strasbourg. The, you wouldn't believe it, but the Prussian siege of Strasbourg failed and the armies pushed away. The French general then charged out and killed the two... Oh, it's Napoleon himself. He charged out and killed the two Prussian armies, and obviously the second one he killed near this bridge. What he didn't know was that there was further Prussian armies came in from the woodlands and have taken the city. So, there's Boney. He's without a town now. So, yeah. That's interesting. We could maybe go for Bonaparte, but we know there's not much benefit. We can't kill him, unfortunately. Right, how do we get... Where's the quickest way for you to come over here? You're going to have to just take your time and cross country, haven't you? And get over here. Okay, let's come over to this bridge, and then we'll come over to this bridge, and we'll get over there that way. Okay. Right, so that's that. These ships are now shipshape in Bristol fashion. Excellent. I'll bring them down here just so we can keep an eye out. I didn't really notice this port here, so we could besiege this port. Path blocks, let's have a look. Oh, it's because they have ground around the port. Or, sorry, an area of influence around the port is probably a more accurate thing to say. Doesn't matter, we'll still charge in. And we'll blockade that. They know what's coming now. They're off fighting the Swiss, are they? No, they're friendly with the Swiss, aren't they? Let's have a look. The French, who are the French at war with? Austria, Sicily, Naples, Sweden, ourselves, Prussia, and Russia. Okay. We'll march on to Torino then. And we'll get that siege a-going. I think the French nation is in real trouble now. They're being stretched by us and the Prussians. So here we are. George Alcott, he's got his cavalry, his guns, his foot. 1,617 in total against Jean Lannes, who's retreated back to the town. He's got 2,121 troops. It's himself and his unit. He's got the chasseurs de cheval, which are the light cavalry, which can, I think they've got firing. They fire their muskets from their saddle. He's got 1 artillery piece. He's got a couple of units of foot, several units of militia, and some flintlock armed citizens. Right, what I might do is siege that for the time being. See if we can convince them that they should really give up. What we really need to do is have a look through here. We got barracks, a drill school. Do we make any drill schools or build any drill schools? I'm sure we did. Oh, we've got a drill school being built there. I knew we had some in the offing because yeah, I was looking to try and get some of the technology which you need to have a drill school built to be able to produce. And that wasn't available, so. Alright, they're making their way over to Lyon, aren't they? Meantime, at Marseille, these troops are gathering themselves together. Now, Balearics. Oh, we do need some troops here. Keep recruiting. And what we could potentially do is send some troops from over here. I guess ship them over. That's quite a stable territory. Do we have a spare ship? No, we'll have to get Nelson. I want you to come over to here, please. And we'll pick some troops up just to keep the Balearic Islands. Well, what we could do is just make them tax exempt. That would probably help to begin with, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, that'll do. Alright, Nelson, stand down. Yeah, okay. Keep him there. So the they're not paying tax, but that's okay. We're just kind of trying to keep them steady at the moment. Right, we could get a steam pumped gold mine, which will bring 600 wealth. What's that one? That one is 300 wealth. So it would be double the wealth coming into the region, which would be nice. Let's get that done. That's a nice investment. I guess. How are they doing? Troop wise, probably use it another gun or 3 guns. Guns or cavalry, you can never go wrong, really, can you? I'll go. Oh, let's get some foot anyway. Let's get some light foot. We're going to start trying to really use them correctly and get them to skirmish, to harass the edges of the French columns or the Spanish or whoever we get up against, to really try and take them on. Now, Boney is posing such a tempting target there. But Wellington doesn't have the best of armies, I must admit. We'll probably need to get some frontline troops over there. Let's get some cannons and some foot as well. And they'll back up Wellesley sitting over here in Rheims, which would be good. Over in London, obviously we've got those troops will be deployed this time, which is grand. That just keeps, you know, London secure. And how's Dublin looking? Better. And we've got that being built as well, which will also add a bit of repression there. Fantastic. Good stuff. And in late June 1808, the spy network has been established. Sir Percy Blakeney, having spent several weeks associating with blackguards and bounders in the underbelly of this city, your spy has established a reliable network of local informants. He will now be able to provide you with a steady stream of intelligence about the region. And that is Torino, which is great because we are besieging that. So I suppose that would be useful. The Rum Puncheon Rebellion. An armed insurrection has taken place in New South Wales, Australia, and the New South Wales Corps have disposed the governor. One William Blythe is well known as a harsh and uncompromising disciplinarian who always carries out his duty to the letter, and this is the second time a mutiny has taken place in response to aspects of his command. Following a typical draconian move to prevent circumvention of the laws surrounding the manufacture and distribution of alcohol to the Corps, Bligh found himself arrested at home by the corps led by Captain Johnson. Once the acting governor, Joseph Foveaux, arrived and sent Johnson and his associates for court-martial, and Blythe was given command of a ship and ordered to return to England to give an account of his actions, instead choosing to sail to Tasmania to raise support for an armed coup to recapture the colony. Blythe was surprised that the governor of Tasmania did not support him, and he was confined to his ship until recalled to England. For his part in the rebellion, Johnson was eventually cashiered, don't know what that is, a lenient penalty under the circumstances, but reflecting the bloodless nature of the events. Blythe was criticised for his handling of the affair, yet promoted to Rear Admiral. It is interesting to note that since the affair occurred, the British authorities have given the governorship of the colonies exclusively to army officers instead of those from the Royal Navy. Oh, okay. Interesting. Didn't know about that. I love these games when you can learn a little bit of history as well. We've completed a wine estate building project in Provence, which is great. And with some further troops have been deployed to England and Balearic Isles. Wonderful. Right. So is this our little grape venture, a little vineyard? Yes, it is. Fantastic. Look at that. Let's quick check on the Balearic Islands. They should be happy because they're not paying tax. Can we pay tax yet? Yes, they can. That was a short-lived holiday for them, but I hope they enjoyed it. They're paying tax again now, which is good. Quick check around Spain, make sure this is all looking good. Yeah, it is. We've got some troops in Gibraltar which we could redeploy, but it's also such a key strategic location. We can't keep them there for the moment. That's fine. I suppose I could just have a look through the government and have a look at which regions need a little bit of attention. So Ulysses Turpin, still our president. Population of quite a few. Only 4,500 in the treasury. We did spend a lot last time. And we've increased the size of our army, of course, as well, which is going to be a big part of that. So Wales is not looking too happy, nor is most of France, in fact. Okay, well that makes sense. But Spain, relatively happy. The rest of the UK, relatively happy. Ministers, popularity of the government is going up, which is positive, I suppose, and trade is looking good. What's the best trading? Sugar and ivory, by the looks of things. Okay, nice. Right. So another way to rouse the population in support. Let's have a quick look at Wales. Actually, why are Wales not very happy? Got to look for Wales. People in government, they're not particularly liking. Industrialisation, not particularly liking. Tax burden, not particularly liking. Religious unrest. Oh my goodness. Well, we could spend all our money and get a court of justice, which will put a bit more repression in the area. Or actually, let's just put a unit of fencibles in Cardiff, just to kind of have a governing army or a number of troops which you can just garrison the town and keep the populace under control. We've got an iron mine here. Of course, the gold mine was quite an improvement with the steam-powered one. So the standard iron mine is 100 wealth for the region. That's 200 wealth. -6 to cost for land-based regions. -1 to happiness industrial. Okay, tempted though. I'm tempted. Or we don't have that much cash at the moment, so. And I don't want the don't want to upset the lower classes at the moment. It's a tentative time. Anyway, where's that army? This army can continue its very slow march across. Well, that's quite quick actually. Had accelerated time on across the town. Increase the lumber mill. It's not the biggest saving. Is it worth the expense? Probably not at this stage. We've got our army here in Torino, which is probably more the case.
Hide behind women's skirts.
Do they? Devils. Right, how are this army doing? They're losing one or two. Look, they're dropping the odd troop number due to the siege. They're starved out in 4 turns. Will they surrender? No. That's just actually, we haven't sieged, so we're going to actually siege. We've got some forces amassing here, but they don't really account to much. The French army is just literally non-existent at the moment. It's just being whittled down, especially by the Prussians. They're really going for it now. So Prussia have taken that. Let's move on to Stuttgart. And it may be that we can't take the French territories we need. We may need to look elsewhere. This one's got... Is Napoleon here? We could try and... 94% chance of success to infiltrate this town. William Wickham is in. Who have we got here then? No, it's Etienne Jacques MacDonald. Old MacDonald. Had an army. E-I-E-I-O. Okay, so Stuttgart could potentially be... Who's got Munich? Austria. Okay. And this is all Prussia. So... We need to take Denmark. Oh, sorry. Wrong one. We need to take Denmark. Sweden obviously own that. Denmark own that. Oh, that isn't a region up there. We could maybe take Norway as well. Really upset the Danish. Because I can't imagine there's too much defending Christiana, sorry. It's not Christian Sands now. Up there. So we could get... Have a quick look. 4 territories, plus Denmark and Hanover. So if we get Torino as 1, Denmark and Hanover will be 2 more, which will take us up to 3. So we'll need a 4th region. So this, as it's out of the way, could be the one. Could be the one. I don't want to upset the Swedes. You know, this isn't like sinking their ships in U-boat. That's what I was hoping to take some of the French territory, so we wouldn't have to and get any of the other powers in Europe. But we may have to. We may have to. Right. That army is slowly building. What has he got coming towards him? He's got 2 horse, 1 gun, some light infantry, and some foot. So he's got 2 more. 1 gun. So 4 horse, 3 gun. He could have another unit, couldn't he? Okay. Sorry, I was just looking what the recruiting is. So that's 3 turns. 2 turns to create it, and a 3rd turn to actually get it to this location. So they must be coming up from Marseille, I assume. No, they're not. Okay. Well, I'll hold off there. I'm actually going to keep the cash in the bank, I think, for the moment. Have a quick look at... we've got some light troops coming there. You could use another gun, I think. Oh, we've got guns being created. Yeah, let's get some more guns. Some more troops. How many cavalry has he got? He's got enough cavalry for the moment. He can always recruit his own cavalry, which is good. Okay, and a spy network has been established by Charles Hamilton Smith in Hanover, which is ideal, actually, because we will need that for sure. Troops have been deployed in England, Wales, Picardy, France, and Provence. And merchant houses have been completion of build in Lyon and Montpellier, and also a commercial port in Tarragona in Catalonia. We've got 2 armies assembling over here, so it could be time to just pull the plug on this one. How are we doing? Yeah, they've lost a few troops. Should we just go for it? Now, normally I'd just be patient and try and see it out. But we've got French troops coming, and let's just go for it. Start the battle. Fire when ready. Okay, we've got the guns over here on the flank. Thankfully, obviously they've got all the cavalry with them as well. I'll actually move that cavalry over there because I want to protect that flank. These two cavalry you can move over here. I don't think they're going to come for this isolated gun, or they might do, but we've got the cavalry to hopefully cover that off. Meantime, they seem to have two. Does he? I've got the star there of a general. We've got a horse running loose. Suggests we may have got something. And I thought I saw another star over here, but potentially not. They've got the guns. So let's get this cavalry marching through the woods and popping out into this group to sort of charge around and hit the guns, who they've got protected by their cavalry. Okay, got two of the guns have not been unhitched. Only two of the guns are firing. Not very efficient, but okay. It's the French for you. So we've got to be careful of these picket sort of cavalry stabbing fences. Doing over here. Right, I think they get close enough to use canister shot by the time you reload. Well, there's a lot of troops there. Yes, not quite there, is it? What have they got on the flank? Armed citizens, right. Move the cannon in. They got their good troops on the flank here. There goes their cavalry. We are outnumbered quite badly.
Sir, our general is under attack.
Right, we're going to try and hit that unit of foot. They're going to try and form square. Who's going to get the race done first? Looks like we are. Our general's under attack, they said. He seems okay for the moment. Probably just a stray shot. Try and hit there, general. That's got most of them, but we missed the general. Right. Get out of there. The other line has formed square. Actually charge the their cavalry. That's one of their toughest units have been destroyed. Meantime, right, you cease fire. Actually, you charge them. You charge them. We need to squish them in. That's what our cavalry's for. It's currently engaged in a bit of a fight with the French cavalry. We're kind of losing that one, but our numbers should
Our men
take the
running,
day.
sir.
You give them a blast. Cavalry over here is clearing them away. Right, let them go. Form up over there, and we'll just try and charge down the line. Our cavalry got wiped out over here, did it? It did. The French cavalry beats it. Jesus. Okay. Thought we'd have the numbers there. You are getting smashed. We're going to have to come in. Don't just stop. It's a case of, yeah, our cavalry's going to have to mop up a lot. Oh god, form square. That's a bit late. Well, that's the French cavalry we dealt with. Badly, but we dealt with them. Right. Keep charging up the line. Cannon. Fire over there. Oh, can we get over to that mass? It's just going to be a wild sweep of cavalry to hopefully take the day. They're going to take a little bit of friendly fire along the way, but... Okay. Keep going. Keep charging. Good. Right. Reposition. That way. Ceasefire.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Yeah. Wouldn't be so sure. Right. There's a lot of bloodshed we've just done. Alright, you lines. You're a little bit thin on the ground, so just come back like that. Hopefully the cavalry can mop some of this up now. Oh, we've got to get the gun, of course. We haven't got the gun yet. Send the unit in to charge that. Get these to kind of minimise the troops getting off the battlefield.
Canon de 6 livres paraît à tirer. Le canon est prêt, monsieur.
Right. Some of the troops are rallying. Charge. Try and break their spirit. Right, in fact, oops, missed it. You lot, you march up here. Give us some support. Right, be careful. There are some wooden fences there. Let's not charge into them. Let's try and mop these guys up. Come on. Hurry up. Brilliant. Just as they thought the French troops thought they had the upper hand, and they're going to charge into the back of our cavalry. Second unit comes in and hits them. Good. That hopefully is then broken, yes. Now this is for territory, so we're going to end the battle. Heroic! Heroic, they say. Shall defeat us. There we are. George Olcott led his 1,617 troops against 2,000. He lost 439. However, the enemy Jean Lannes was completely destroyed. Don't know if he was. He may have escaped, but his army certainly was. Torino ends up being liberated. So I was reading. I was trying to speak at the same time. Can't multitask, it would seem. Settlement captured. Torino. We can peacefully occupy, which the peasantry and the nobility will be quite okay with. We'll get 1,600 wealth per turn, and regional wealth anyway. No money acquired through looting. We could loot and get 6,000, and everyone would be angry with us. Or liberation. Liberation would give rise to a new protectorate in the region, loyal to your nation whilst diplomatic relations are strong. Resources permitting, a force of conscripts will be granted to the liberating army on behalf of the new protectorate. Now, I like that idea, but will that go to our tally of regions that we need? So we're going to peacefully occupy. There we go. Torino is ours. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Right, we'll get those £11,000 in the old kitty. That's looking good. We'll get those troops to regroup and see what else we can do. That's a French territory over there, isn't it? Oh, so we're going to attack the Papal States. That'll be popular, wouldn't it? No, let's not do that. Right, I'm going to send my spy over here to sort of see what's going on our border. Of course, that now frees up Cornwallis to patrol. Just come down here to Corsica and see what... Corsica, see, we could maybe take Corsica. That could be a region.
Ship's orders, Captain.
We do have an army just sitting here. The populace are fairly happy. Ooh, I see a plan coming together. I think... Yes, I think we will. Let's get some
Any orders?
troops just to hold that town as a garrison, and then we'll march old George Dreyberg's army out and we'll attack Corsica, and that will be that region that we need. 3 regions left, Hanover and Denmark, of course, being 2 of them. We get Corsica. Is it the Kingdom of Sardinia? Yeah, it is. It's not France. I haven't got that. Yeah, we'll get Corsica. So I guess with Corsica, does the island of Alba come with that? I guess it does. Don't know where it is, but that'll upset Napoleon. His summer vacation house. Oh, meantime, actually, we need to get that French ship out of our port, don't we? Oh well. That's another job for another day, perhaps. I need to think about that, yeah. Nelson's down here, patrolling around Gibraltar, which is looking grand. What do we got going on up here? Denmark is still looking strong. Hanover. Oh, we've got some troops moved out by the looks of things, which is grand. And over here, in Stuttgart, the French got... Oh, no, the French already had Stuttgart, didn't they? No, it's Strasbourg they lost. Okay, he's setting up there nicely. Okay. How's that army doing?
Make ready.
Oh, it's almost there.
By the left.
Almost there. So this is going to go to Michael Stoll, and he is hopefully going to march on Stuttgart. Or no, he was going to be set up for Strasbourg, but that's such a long time ago, we've forgotten about that. Anyway, we'll still set the army there. Or maybe, Michael, we'll get you in that army, because this is just a little town, we don't have to fortify it.
Making camp.
So we've got Michael's
Yes, sir.
army here. I may march them up to the coast, and then old George Elphinstone can take that army, and we can attack Copenhagen, perhaps, or maybe the Norwegian territory of Christiana up there, or maybe do a strike on Hanover. As whether or not you want to achieve those goals, knowing that we probably won't take it on afterwards, without trying to create a stable platform for the future after these attacks. A banking house, plus 200 wealth to the region, plus 24 per turn to town wealth, plus 2 per turn to town wealth in your regions. That's quite good. It's a lot of money though. It's a lot of money, but it's quite good. How's this blooming drill? Is it one more turn to get this drill school? God, that's taken forever. Absolutely forever. And what we got? We got one more turn until the... What's that? Mass production? What is that? plateways under research. Iron plateways or tracks allow more efficient transportation of ore or coal. Okay, so that's for your mines and stuff. 2 more turns until mass production is completed. -1 for the happiness for the industrialization for the lower classes. -4 recruitment costs for land. And -4 recruitment costs in for naval. Okay, that's good. We've also got trade unions under research. Oh, really? Oh, I guess we had nothing else to research. But once we get our drill school made, we can research conscripts. Trying to merge the 2 words together there. Which is -8 recruitment costs, +1 to militia morale, and it'll open up the military academy. Field ambulances, +4 to replenishment rates in all your regions. That will be good. Grand battery, +5 bonus for artillery accuracy, enables artillery barrage and ordnance board. Okay. Ordnance board. And carcass shot. I've been calling canister shot carcass shot for so long. Enables carcass shot for experimental howitzer. And you can get the unlock of the experimental howitzer. That'd be quite good. But what I really want to do is also unlock military academy by the end. General staff. But I want to get rifles. It'd be nice to have some sharpshooters. Quick climb. Oh, that's nasty. That'll make you go blind, won't it? Ooh. But yeah, anyway, at the Grand Battery and the field ambulances sound awesome. So yeah, it would be nice to get that done, and we'll get, once these have been completed, we'll get some of these researched as soon as possible. But for now, we'll get the banking house done. That'll be quite positive. We'll get that done as well. I know we're spending all our cash just like that. And I'm going to get a unit of fencibles, and we're going to put them in the port to push out that French ship, which is blocking our port currently. Balearicals, they're just about happy, even though they're paying tax again. Good. All round, things are positive. So, the wheels are in motion now. We've taken Torino. We've only got 3 territories left to accomplish our objectives. I'm thinking Corsica could probably be a good one, because it'll mean that we can be 2 regions away. The 2 key ones we need to capture from allies and friendly nations. And then we can probably put our war with the French to bed. We capture Corsica, and we'll use the army from Marseille to do that. And then we've got the army here, which is kind of holding our front line. We've got the army of Michael Stoll here, which we can move up and bolster and maybe do a attack on Copenhagen. That will anger much of Northern Europe. And at the same time, I want to get another army so we hit Copenhagen and Hanover at the same time. And that, along with Corsica, would be completion of our objectives and the end of the game. Well, you can continue on, but that'll be end of our campaign objectives. Or we could potentially have a look at taking this region up here in Denmark, Christiania. Yes, so but I think Corsica is probably going to be the easiest one. We can get that one with no one else bat an eyelid that we're attacking the French still. We'll clear out the French from there. France still have a territory over here and here that we know. So they won't be wiped out, but they'll be away from our. If we can get them away, if we get Corsica, then they'll be stuck over here, and there'll be other nations between us and them, so we can forget about them for the time being, and then concentrate on doing the 2 lightning strikes on Hanover and Copenhagen. I think that's the plan. That's the plan. Seems the easiest way of doing things. Leave it there. Thanks ever so much for watching. Hope you're enjoying this. Not much action in the way of battles this time, just the siege of Torino, but it's more setting up for where we want to be to start the end game, as it were. And we'll continue that next time. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you then. Bye bye.